Hey everyone, B Jose 32 back again with another deck review, and I will try to keep this brief. This is the Spitfire Wheels playing cards. That's what it says on the front, Spitfire Wheels playing cards. And there's this interesting spade pip with a spider on it, and the spider has a keyhole. And Spitfire Wheels is some kind of a skateboarding company. So yeah, it's one of those decks with horrible quality, more or less. On the side, Spitfire Wheels, ride the fire. Kind of interesting slogan. It is like a flaming type of head here in the center, but you can't see it. On this side, exact same thing, Spitfire Wheels, ride the fire. Top, same thing, in case you missed it the first two times. On the bottom, nothing. And the back, you see the back design, which has got this. It's got a star on top and bottom, some artwork on the sides, and this weird looking flaming head with an evil grin, an evil smile. And we open it up, crappy flap, nothing there, crappy box. But the cards themselves, not too bad. There's a card here that says Horizontal Directions for Use, and there's that flaming head on the bottom. I haven't read it, I really don't know or care what it says. Some kind of game or something. And then there's the back design, same as the box, but it has black borders, which kind of sucks. I do think that if it had white borders like on the box, well, like there's black borders on the box, but if it had white borders it would look probably better, and definitely would work better for Magic, because this doesn't work so well. Although actually, admittedly, it's not that bad. Cards themselves have very small pips and indices and numbers, which is kind of odd. Although, even more odder is the pips seem to range in size. These heart pips are a lot bigger than the diamond pips. Same with the clubs and the spades. So for some reason the diamond pips are a lot smaller. The ace of spades, very plain, doesn't say anything on it. You got the same spade pip as on the box, with a spider with a keyhole on it. Court cards are interesting. The kings are putting a knife or a dagger through their head, and there's blood dripping out the other side, with blood on the knife. As you can see, it's in red. And this is one of the highlights of the deck, was the interesting court cards. All the kings are like that, as you can see. The jokers says SFW, Spitfire Wheels, in the two corners. And it says Horizontal on top, and you got a jester guy. Probably one of the cooler jester guys I've seen. A jester guy with a skull. And he's got spades and diamonds on his outfit. And he's on a skateboard, which is actually a dagger or a sword, as you can see. So that's kind of interesting. And at the very bottom here it says 666. You can see there's a little number there. That's kind of weird. The queens, as you can see, she's holding a dagger as well. She's got a skull head as well, with a star for like a necklace, and she's holding some kind of a leaf with something sticking out of it. Don't know what to say about that. That's what it looks like. And the jacks, again, skull head. He's holding an axe, and he's also doing that kind of a surfer thing with his fingers. Dude, as you can see. Trying to do it, but I Can't seem to do it. Anyways, that's the Zack. And there's another one. Yeah, second Joker exactly the same as the first. More of the queens. And so forth. That's what you get for the deck. It's pretty interesting. The back design is somewhat interesting. Court card's very interesting. Ace of spades is not bad. Spreads out pretty nice, as you can see. One thing I just noticed as well when spreading out the cards is, well, the king's crown comes out outside the border. Where are the jacks? Same with the jacks. And the queen, I was just noticing, yeah, her crown, her head comes outside the border, but so does this on the side. So, as you can kind of see, when you spread the cards out, you can see where the queens are very easily. That could come in handy in a trick, I suppose, if you want to locate the queens really quickly. The cards do spread out pretty nicely, and they fan out somewhat decently, so they're not actually that bad. I suspect it is from a company in, I don't know where they're printed, if they're printed in China or somewhere else in Asia, or if they're printed in Europe. The quality is not too bad, but like I said, I suspect it's from a British company. At least Spitfire Wheels is maybe British, because it is being sold by a seller on eBay. And I've seen them on some websites, but they're hard to find outside that one eBay seller, and he generally only ships to Europe, but I managed to get them here in Canada. Get them shipped to me in Canada. So yeah, it's not bad, not too bad. It does have it has like a smooth finish, not an air-cushion finish from what I can tell. And it does seem to handle pretty much not too bad. And the cards themselves, and you know, not bad stock or anything like that. Probably, I haven't been rating cards by numbers, but if I had to rate it, I'd probably rate it at like a 5 out of 10. I guess. I don't know. I'm not too much for rating cards. I'll just tell you if I recommend them or not. And these ones probably wouldn't be recommended unless you're into collecting cards like myself, or you're into skateboarding. And that is the Spitfire wheel. Stay tuned for more deck reviews. See you next time. Hey everyone, this is VJose32, and I've got a lot of stuff to get to today. This video, I'm doing some contest updates. Everyone's wondering about prizes and when contests are ending and stuff like that. Contest number 2, the Pimp Me Out contest, is still ongoing. It will end this weekend. I will announce the results Sunday, so you have up until Saturday night, Sunday morning to pimp me out, and then I will announce a winner. The winner will get the 2 David Blaine split spades decks, a red and a blue, in that case, and a couple of gaff cards that came with them. The prizes for contest number 3, the Tell a Story contest, which by the way I have not looked at any videos yet for the most part. The prizes are going to be kind of interesting. First place is going to win, as promised, the Bicycle Holiday back deck in red, and a choice of 4 decks of playing cards out of a Bicycle Templar Knights, the Bicycle Samurai, an Emerald Artifice, the Cobalt Blue Artifice, and a Brimstone deck. And there's also going to be other decks available to choose from. So basically you'll get this one unless you decide you don't really don't want this one. It's up to you, but I I really want to include this one as a first place prize. So we'll see, but this I definitely want to include this one with the first place prize. And then you'll get to choose from one of these decks, or you also have a choice of a Carnival Hornets deck, a Fantastique, a style deck from Be Deceived, which is probably not the nicest looking deck. I will have, you'll be able to choose from Monarchs, possibly a Guardians deck, Red Stingers, possibly the Illusionist Infinity deck if they are released. Well, yes, they're going to be released by that time, so I should have them by the time the contest ends. So basically, the first place winner is going to get the holiday back in red, and their choice of any 4 decks out of the decks that I'm going to have by that time. Fourth place is going to get to choose any 4 decks out of that list that I just gave you. Third place is going to get to choose 3 decks from that, whatever is left over. Fourth place is going to get to choose 2 decks from whatever I have left over, and fifth place is going to get to choose 1 deck. I'm not going to have, unfortunately, I'm not going to have 5 or 10 of each kind. I have 1 Blue Artifice. I have 2 Brimstone decks. I want to thank Russell Kurtzevall for sending me another Brimstone deck. I don't know what I'm saying there. I just got this one in the mail one of these in the mail yesterday. I guess he figured the first one he sent me got lost in the mail, so he sent me another one, so that's great. I have 1 Artifice deck in green. They have 1 Emerald Artifice, I should say. I got 2 of the Bicycle Samurai decks, which I will be reviewing soon. More on that later today. And I've got 1 of these Bicycle Templar Knights. Like I said, I have 1 of the Red Holiday back, but that I'm planning on using for first place. I'm going to have 1 Carnival Hornet, at least. I may even get some from my sponsor. I don't know. If I do, great bonus. I'm going to have 1 Style deck from Be Deceived. I'll have 2 Fantastiques, unless I give one away to someone. I'm going to have 1 Guardians V2, 1 Red Stingers. I'm going to have looks like I'm going to have as well a what's it called, a Carnival Dose deck. I ordered 1 of those. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or if I'm going to give it away, so we'll see. I might include a Bicycle Gong deck and a Bicycle Zodiac deck. Maybe the new Miss Meg Compass decks, if I get them. I don't know when they're coming. So there's all sorts of decks you might be able to choose from if you win. The higher your ranking, the more decks you get to choose. It's that simple. If you're in 5th place, you're only going to get to choose 1 deck. If you're in 2nd place, you get to choose 4. In 1st place, you also get to choose 4 or 5 actually. I'll just make it 5 decks out of these, out of the ones that I have for 1st place, and then 4 decks to choose for the 2nd place, and so forth and so forth. I had briefly thought about giving away some runner-up prizes to people placing 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, but that's going to cost me upwards of $25 extra for shipping. So I decided to hold off on that. I'll use those prizes for giveaways or something else instead. And that is what's going on with Contest 2 and Contest 3. More contests maybe in the future, we'll see. I do have some big plans for next year, like I hinted at in another video. And I will be giving you more information on that in the weeks to come, I'm sure. Anyway, that's a somewhat quick contest update, and I will see you. I have some big news coming up, so stay tuned. I have some shout outs to do in my next video, and then I got some big news, so stay tuned for that. See you next time.